Hey everyone, welcome back. We are taking on this project today. So you can see there was that open lip on the bottom landing. We have a staircase, a landing, and another staircase. If you're new here, we are Step Up Vinyl. We make custom vinyl stair nosings out of flat vinyl plank flooring. So we're going to go ahead and get started. This customer had the flooring put in below and above, and then they wanted the stairs done, so they gave us a call. So the first part would be the landing, which we have a full complete video on. So if you want to hit that subscribe button, you'll be able to find that video to see how that's done with the open stairs. But we're going ahead here and we're measuring the first step. If customers come to us to simply buy the nosings, then this is what they'd be provided with. They provide the vinyl and we bend it into the nosings. You always get them at a longer measurement because each step is a little bit different. So here we are making our cut. So again, we measured the step on site and we went ahead and made our step. We have not put any glue on the product. We're completely dry fitting first. You will see here that we are going for a nice tight fit. We are not leaving any spaces on the side like when you install the flooring. If you have, what's called a floating floor, we're not doing that on the stairs. Everything is going to be glued down and adhered down. And because there is not trim on the sides of the stairs, you want it to be tight. So you see here we've taken a second board. And we are cutting it to the exact same length as the nosing. All right. We are going to be using it as the back part of the stair because you may have seen that the nosing does not cover the whole stair. But the nice thing about the nosings that's unique about our product, because they're made out of the vinyl, they do have the click on them. So it is not a nosing in the sense that it's going to have a lip. It's going to be clicked right into that second board. So it's already been cut to the width that we need for the stairs, and we've now just taken that measurement and we're going to go ahead and rip the board to be how wide we need it to fill that step, the back part of the step there. Okay, so we've taken that measurement and we're going to use our table saw to rip it to the right width that is needed for the stair to complete the tread. All right, so here is the magic of what we do. So now that this has been ripped, you can see here we are going to be clicking the nosing into that second board, just like the boards are clicked when they're installed on the floor. And then we're making sure that it can still be slid into place. It's really important that you click them together and then slide them into place. That is how it needs to be done when you are gluing them in, because otherwise you can't get that back pressure to get the click right. And on some staircases, if they have angled sides, if you don't click them together before sliding them in, then you won't know if it'll be able to be slid in when the glue is on it. Okay, what we're doing here is for this particular staircase, we need to cut down how far the lip goes under the step. The riser below is going to be installed first, and so we need to make sure that it doesn't bump in or push out the nosing at all. And so you saw us there, we just took the vinyl piece there and marked where it needed to go, and then we cut them off. We do not make these custom lengths because every stair is a little bit different and it's much easier for the installers to do it on site. And you can see there testing with that piece, knowing that that riser would be in place first to make sure that it is a seamless finish. We're then going to move on to making our risers. So the risers are made out of the same vinyl plank flooring. Okay, we take our measurement and we're going to go ahead and make our cut for the length. And then using those measurements, we are going to cut down the width as well. Some people choose to do a white riser, and what I will just say is that you definitely do not want to just paint the wood that's there. We've seen lots of homeowners do that, and that does not last very long, and it's very difficult to clean. So you do want to be putting a product into place. In this case, we are using the vinyl itself, which is the best for cleaning. But we do have a product that we use that's similar to a vinyl finish if somebody wants a white riser. So if you're looking for that information, please drop us a comment below and we can pass on that information to you. All right, so those are basically the 3 boards that you need to prep for each stair, and you're gonna just repeat the process. So you can see here taking that second measurement. Do not assume that all your steps are the same. They're not. Of all the staircases we've done, we have never seen a staircase where every step is the same. If you're working on an existing staircase, then that's definitely not going to be the case because things shift and move and warp and twist over time. And new builds, I mean, there's manual processes involved, so nothing is ever perfect. All right, so you're just going to go through that same process. So we cut the actual nosing itself down, then we're cutting the second piece that's going to click on down to the right length, and then we're going to rip the width. You also saw us cutting there the nosing depth, which is all really important, and you'll know it needs to be done when you go to dry fit. So as you can imagine, and it's always the case in videos, it looks like we're going super quick on this. That's just from doing these jobs a lot of time. Please take your time if you're trying to do this yourself and do each step. You saw there we dry fit first, that board fitting at the back, then clicking it on and making sure it's going to be able to be slid into place, and then looking at the riser. One trick that you're going to see us utilizing here to try to make it a little bit easier is that once you have a few of the risers and the nosings cut, you can try them out on other steps. So we've gone through really systematically on these bottom 2 steps in our preparation for you to be able to see it. But what you're going to see now is generally more the traditional way that we do prep. So based off of the measurement, we knew a few of these steps were pretty close. So we went ahead and cut 2 of them. And then we just started moving them up and down the stairs. So we knew that these 3 were basically the same length. And so we were able to take that length and cut 3 of them at once, which of course, especially when you're set up outside and there's a distance between your prep and your saw, it is nice to be able to do a few cuts. And then you can see now we're testing out those ones above. Are they slightly bigger? Are they slightly smaller? And then that gives us our measurement to make the rest of our cuts and just kind of simplify things a little bit instead of taking each measurement. It honestly is an installer's choice on this point, however you want to go about it, to get these pieces all cut and ready to go. We're now going to show you the preparations for the landing. So again, the nosing needs to be put into place first generally, and then you click the rest of the boards on it. But on this particular one, the nosing is smaller than the rest of the landing. You'll see this board that's been set into place goes further past where this nosing piece is going to be. So because we are installing it, we have the luxury of being able to do it this way. If you were getting the nosing from us as is, you'd have to go with the length it is and do some notching out. And we do have other videos on the channel where you can see how that's done. But for this one, we were able to just slide it back so that the nosing is only going to cover that smaller part. We made our line and then we had it bent accordingly so that that would be made to fit. Once all the dry fitting is done, and generally for us, that is a day's work, we generally come back the next day to do this process of the actual installation. We use a PL Premium to install, and we start at the bottom and we work our way up. It's really important when you're doing this that nobody is using the stairs. This isn't just for the installer's convenience. This is for shifting of the nosings. Once they are put into place, you do not want people using the stairs for at least 12 hours, preferably 24 for full adhesion. All right. As you are installing, and as you're going to see here, there are going to be moments where you do need to step on the stairs. You're going to be very, very careful to make sure that you're stepping straight down on the stairs and you're not putting any force in one direction or another. And as the installer, everything is still loose. So if when you are walking on it to get everything into place, you notice something shifts slightly, you're going to be able to push it back into place and you're going to double check all of that on your final check. But of course, if homeowners or anybody else is using the stairs later on and it shifts and nobody catches it, then it's going to adhere. And that's when we're going to be in trouble. So that's why we always just make that really clear with our homeowners. There's usually lots of other subs around in the homes when we are doing this. But again, we just make it very clear on install day, it's only us on the stairs. So you can see we're working from the bottom to the top. That is just to make sure that we have that beautiful seamless finish and that everything is covered. So the back cuts of the actual treads themselves are going to be covered by the flat manufactured edge of the riser, and then the top cut of the riser is going to be covered by the lip. It may seem counterintuitive to how you'd naturally want to do it, especially when trying to avoid stepping on the steps, but it is the best way to get the most beautiful finish for your stairs. And please, folks, if you haven't done it already, if you could hit that subscribe button. We absolutely love sharing our knowledge and helping people do things DIY at home. You'll find on our channel that there's tons and tons of how-to videos. There's videos on choosing the best vinyl for your home, on understanding the terminology and, you know, the common ways that salespeople try to upcharge you, and pretty much anything and everything you need for the installation process, whether it's on your flooring, whether it's your transitions, or whether it's your stairs. We do all of that for free, and we have tons of people that message us on the website asking for advice, and we're happy to give it. So if you could hit that subscribe button, that's the best way to say thank you, and to help us out with our channel so that we can continue sharing information with people. We really do love vinyl. We think it's such an awesome product to have in your home. The durability of it is just absolutely out of this world. And so we really would appreciate the support. Even that like button, but especially that subscribe button would be very much appreciated by us. If you'd like us to make you some nosings or come out and do your installation, please check out our website, stepupvinyl.ca, where you can get in contact with us and see lots of photos of jobs that we've done. And here's our finished product. You can see that landing with the open nose and those beautiful stairs. I love a dark wood. We'll see you in the next video.